I mean, just a nightmare. Yeah.
2018 is a very important year when we're discussing the medical timeline with the girls, and before I get finished with that timeline, I want to discuss how far up on the spectrum is Shanann when it comes to this spectrum disorder, and is she making her girls ill? As I usually do, I want to talk about some photos that have been deleted and are kind of out of sight, out of mind for the most part. And first, we're going to kick off this episode by analyzing the nebulizing medication. So I guess talking about photos that weren't so out of sight, out of mind, since we've seen them a lot. Yet, despite their visibility, none of these meds seem to be actually helping. So they were on these nebulizing medications for well over a year, and we still see Celeste in video after video with this nasty cough.
Show me your pigtail, Cece. Show me your hair. All right. Happy New Year to everybody. Say Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Cece, say Happy New Year. Celeste. Hold on, she's writing. Cece. Cover your mouth. Say Happy New Year.
I'm not anymore, I guess. What are those wild kiddos doing?
They're driving me crazy.
Which one was coughing? Was that Cece?
Cece.
Oh,
She
sounded
hasn't got rid
terrible.
of the cough. It's been a cough we've had all winter.
Oh. Boo. All right.
Kim, my prime rib.
As you can see, there was a new doctor in the girl's life that had originally prescribed these nebulizing medications. There's a very important side effect that I think that we should take into consideration whenever we are thinking about this cough or these symptoms being induced. To put it simply, this child is on a lot of inhalants, and yet this is what she sounds like. Inhalants can cause this cough. Inhalants can cause her to sound like this if she was given inhalants while she was a healthy kid. That is one of the things that is so scary about this disorder, is that these moms can actually appear to be helping, but really they're not. They're actually harming. This sounds like a kid who needs to go to the doctor and have her medication reassessed, because it's clearly not working. She admitted that we've had this cough all winter. It clearly reads, this medicine may cause paradoxical bronchospasm, which means your breathing or wheezing will get worse. This may be life-threatening. Check with your doctor right away if your child has coughing, difficulty breathing, shortness of breath, or wheezing after using this medication. Well, it doesn't get much clearer than that, folks. If you've done any reading on this crime or you've spent any time in forums discussing it, you'll note how many arguments have been started over the Benadryl, yet here we have this smorgasbord of medicine that no one ever even discusses the side effects from, many of which themselves can cause sleepiness or drowsiness. So really, when we take into consideration all of these prescribed and prescription medications in the basement, and Benadryl is pretty far down on the list, no? Yet, it's basically undiscussed. No one ever talks about it. No one ever talks about her inducing these symptoms, because I feel like most people have clearly landed on, if they believe there was medical abuse going on in the Watts case, they generally tend to think about Shanann just exaggerating the symptoms of normal illnesses like viruses and things like that. But I think when we take into consideration the sneezing, the coughing, the wheezing, difficulty breathing, and we're talking about a kid that is clearly on 4 preventative meds for breathing, wheezing, which you'll see later, and none of it is helping. All these preventatives aren't preventing anything. Why is that? Well, I think it's probably because it could be causing them. At the end of the episode, we're going to go over, some thoughts I have about doctor culpability too, because often we see that Shanann is excited at these new doctors giving her girls surgeries and inhalants and quote-unquote preventatives and intervention. She's happy whenever a doctor intervenes. I think think that alone, with the twinsie surgeries and all of the elective surgeries, including the twinsie surgeries, the eye probing, etc., all of this is a sign and a symptom that Shanann is actually higher up on that list. She's not just exaggerating and taking to doctors for nothing. She wants the intervention. And the intervention doesn't happen. We see the girls visiting other doctors, other hospitals, and a lot of these hospitals have been implicated in other medical abuse cases, and some of them have been discussed recently, such as the Gant case. I believe there's a lot of people here culpable. A lot of people. Of course, that includes Chris. It includes Shanann. It includes the doctors. It includes a lot of people.
More promos left for customers or promoters, so definitely, message your friends, connect them with me. Cassie, oh my goodness, you need to come here. I have plenty of room, so come stay with us. And you can see some snow. Hi, Danielle. Hey, everybody. So Bella and I are going to run a Target. I have a couple things I need to get, and then we're going to take her to the doctor and then pick up her groceries at the Click List at King Soopers because Mommy went shopping online today, and it's so much easier than going through the store with 2 kiddos. Cassie, for sure, come on over. Hey, Danielle. Bella, can I have that back? Come here for a second. She's hiding the thermometer. Will you say hi to everybody?
Hi, everybody.
Say, how are you?
How are you?
Do you tell them you're not feeling well?
I'm not feeling well.
What's wrong?
I have a tummy ache.
Oh, you have a tummy ache now? What else?
My eyes hurt.
Your eyes hurt? And what else?
I'm dizzy.
You're dizzy? Well, you're awfully happy to be dizzy. Donna said, did you have a good birthday?
I have a good birthday.
No, did you have one? Did you have a good birthday? Did you get everything you wanted?
I have a good birthday.
She did have a great birthday. What are you doing?
Playing with the temperature.
Can we wipe your nose real quick?
Playing with the temperature.
Okay. You're making everyone dizzy. You're moving so fast.
So, moral here that I really want to focus on, and for the subject of this episode, is that she lists things she's got to do in this order: go to Target, go to take Bella to the doctor, and then she has to go pick up the things from ClickList. And this just stood out to me as odd as a mom. Okay, I don't know about you guys. Let me, drop a comment and let me know. But for me, it's like that's totally a backwards list. I go to the appointment first, so it's kind of harder to time like 2 things for me, but I do have ADHD, so timing is like a whole thing that I have to plan out. But so maybe that's just me, but it seems odd that she listed it in this order, right? So she's gonna go to ClickList afterwards. Why not just go to Target then? Why go to Target before the doctor? Well, it piqued my interest because this box of medication seems to have a lot of Target packaging, so obviously they use Target as a pharmacy. There's also like CVS stuff in the basket, but they use Target for something, and I find that kind of suspicious that she's running to the place where she also has a pharmacy right before the doctor's appointment and then going to ClickList. But to be clear, without this surmisation that I'm making here, and whether I'm right about it or not, I do believe she was inducing symptoms. I do believe we have enough evidence to make an educated guess that that is the case. But of course, as a side note to watching this video, wow, can you believe that it was considered normal, that she would have her, come here a minute, Bella, and have her divulge this list of symptoms that were not even the reasoning for her taking her to the doctor. At first, she actually said it was to check and see if she still had the flu, but then after that, she says it's a well check. But neither of these things things were really something that Bella should be giving off this long list of symptoms. And why is she hiding the thermometer, quote unquote? And I'm sorry that she made it nefarious with her Facebook post whenever Bella is hiding a thermometer behind her back. Rest in peace, our sweet little soul. I'm so sorry for that. It sucks to even say this part. I'm sorry, little Bella. You may be familiar with the Dee Dee Blanchard case, and check it out. Her closet doesn't look that much different from Shanann's. I mean, Shanann didn't have as much time to collect, but she did have double the patience, and I don't mean the virtuous kind. But check it out. Dee Dee Blanchard also made her patient, which was also her daughter, sick using the medications that were prescribed to her. So say she takes her daughter to a doctor that didn't prescribe a particular medication, and the medication can actually induce symptoms. So bringing it back to that oddity where no one ever talks about these meds, but they talk about the Benadryl. In one of the Benadryl posts, Shanann actually talks about the other inhalants that the kids are on. Here's that post in all of its glory. So Shanann was posting for Facebook that Bella was very allergic to NC, and her friend is discussing with her, and Shanann says she just gave her Benadryl and that she's also on Zyrtec and Flonase. Now, as she references the respiratory season coming up, she references that Celeste is on 4 different preventatives for what I think she's referencing for just respiratory issues, so just breathing medications.
I walked away from the phone. I went downstairs because Sandy was like, Nikki, go look and see if the girls' meds are there. Because Cece, the 3-year-old, well, Bella too, but not as bad as Cece, they both have asthma, but Cece's highly allergic, like EpiPen, anaphylactic shock allergic to tree nuts. So Shanann always carries those stuff on her, like their inhalers, their EpiPens and stuff like that. So her mom said, go see if you can find the girls' medicine. So I went downstairs and I looked in the cupboard where I knew the medicine was. And I didn't see it, and I didn't even notice it till like a couple times passing or whatever. The thing that she carries them in, it was on the counter, but it was under the cupboard and it was like back in the corner. And I just I don't know, franticness, wasn't paying attention, but it was there. So she did not have the girls' meds with her. And then because we found the phone, she was like, is her purse there? And I'm like, I don't see it anywhere. So then I started rummaging through the house trying to find a purse, and I didn't find it.
It just doesn't make any sense. Oh, I know what's really relevant. She never would have left the kids' car seat, the kids, Cece's medicine that she takes every day. She would never have gone off without it, or her phone. But the phone, maybe she needed to disconnect from the world. You could say that, but she would never, ever take those kids without everything that they needed. She's the best mom that I know. She's literally the most organized. You'll if you were in her house, if you were in there, you know what I'm talking about. The most organized, planning everything. There's no way that she would not have taken the car seats, the medicine, and, packed for them if she just was trying to get away.
I'm going to give you guys the short version of the Thrive Balance review from dietspotlight.com. The article reads 8 things you need to know. Number 1 goes over the various ingredients here. It also lists additional elements which are included. It jumps off with this first ingredient here, this husk. If I had to guess how to say this, I would say maybe psyllium husk. Okay, so it says that this strain improves microbials in the tummy, or so Thrive Balance claims, and it says that Senna is commonly used as a natural stimulative laxative, but for the sake of this supplement, they are assuming that what Thrive was going for was the antioxidant properties. So it goes on to say that the triphala, if that's how you say it, is a laxative. So that makes psyllium, senna, and triphala all laxative effects. We're not sure how that's supposed to bring about balance, it goes on to say. So all 3 of the first ingredients are laxatives. One of them is a stimulant laxative, which, commonly give you cramps and hurts your stomach. It says the number 2 thing it wants you to know is that there are 150 milligrams of this husk, and it says we know it works as a bulk forming laxative, which means it collects all the waste together for elimination, according to the Journal of American Association of Nurse Practitioners. Okay, it cites these academic journals and says that senna leaves is a natural stimulant laxative, similar to Cascara sagrada. It's called a stimulant laxative because it causes the muscle of the bowel to contract to induce bowel movements, according to LiverTalks. Okay, on number 3, it says, what is balance supposed to do? Well, it says balance works to improve gut health by adding healthy bacteria like this one and this one. Promoting a healthy digestive system is critical for longevity and, believe it or not, weight loss. However, the second ingredient on the label, senna leaves extract, is a natural laxative, not something for digestion or weight loss. Laxative use for weight loss has long been the subject of many research studies, including those published in a bunch for eating disorders, right? So it goes on to include that there is a noticeable warning on the Balance product that says this product contains senna leaves and buckthorn bark. Do not use this product if you have abdominal pain. Abdominal pain, discontinue use in the event of diarrhea or watery stools. That doesn't sound like a healthy gut, it goes on to claim. Right, number 4 is that it claims that the Thrive Balance has no instructions, but as you could see where we started out, Shanann actually gave instructions for how much to take. Dr. Shenanigan. It is kind of crazy that whenever you say Shanann again, you have shenanigans. He went downstairs to speak to Shenanigan. I will never forget that, you guys. I kind of hate that saying. I don't know why. I hate it when I hate the shit I'm saying. Alright, so number 6 is Thrive Balance side effects. So it lists, it says, there's no mention of side effects for Thrive Balance, but there's a chance many may notice side effects based on research. Blah, 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 blah. From the ingredients used, gas, bloating, constipation, diarrhea, nausea. Number 7, in all fairness, says Thrive Balance benefits. According to Lavelle, you get premium daily digestive lifestyle support from the Thrive Plus Balance. But what does that mean in regards to how you feel and any changes you'll notice? It says psyllium husk will help your body eliminate waste more efficiently if taken with plenty of water. This fiber can bulk up and cause constipation. In severe cases, an intestinal blockage can occur. Please call your doctor if you or your loved ones. I'm just playing. But in all seriousness, number 8, the bottom line on Thrive Balance. Thrive Balance side effects. Benefits are something our research team took into consideration when getting to the bottom line. Based on ingredients, the supplement may be good for fighting constipation, but we're not sure that the healthy bacteria would have any effect, especially if the senna causes diarrhea. Work in your daily life to lose weight. We believe in the healthy way to lose weight, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so, the gist of this story is that mom is selling a rather powerful diuretic. And the kids in the notorious bag that can never be left behind have some kind of container that has the same emoticon as this powerful diuretic, which leaves inquiring minds wanting to know why. Also, how about that bulk forming laxative, and was it actually constipating Shanann? She complained of that to friends, so it's worth noting in our medical series, and it's a crude question to ask, I'm aware, so I'll drop it and leave it at that. But I don't think that I would go near this balanced stuff, and certainly not every day. Who the hell needs to take that much laxative every day? Chris even described this in a part of his interview. I'll try and find him, but I'm trying to hurry up and get this one out for you guys, so we'll see. But he says something like, I don't want to call it a laxative, but literally it's a freaking laxative. He just said that first part. The second part was me. But it was when he was like describing their morning routine and stuff. So what about the meds that she's taking for this condition, quote unquote condition? Okay, so it's a standard GERD medication, Omeprazole. It says common brands are Prilosec, OTC. It calls itself a proton pump inhibitor. It can treat heartburn, a damaged esophagus, stomach ulcers, and gastro reflux disease. So it's the stronger version of acid reflux meds, stronger than over-the-counter stuff. What is Prilosec? What are some of the side effects of Prilosec?
Here's a summary from Mayo Clinic. Side effects: back, leg, or stomach pain, bleeding or crusting sores on the lips, blisters, bloody or cloudy urine, continuing ulcers or sores in the mouth, difficult, burning, or painful urination, frequent urge to urinate, and more.
So one of those that sticks out for me is the frequently tired, along with possibly causing B12 deficiency. Some of the side effects listed here: serious stomach conditions may occur while taking this medication alone or with other antibiotics. Check with your doctor immediately if your child has stomach cramps, bloated, feeling watery, or severe diarrhea, which may also be bloody, sometimes fever, nausea, or vomiting, or unusual tiredness or weakness. So, this brings up this deleted post where Celeste is overly tired. Here we have Celeste who was thirsty all the time, and albuterol actually has thirst listed as a side effect, extreme thirst. So, we're seeing a lot of these symptoms that are induced by these medications. We hear a lot of talk about diarrhea, a lot of vomiting between Bella and Celeste. All completely things that could be caused by these medications that she has them on. It also says that after taking it for more than a year, you can have low magnesium in your blood. And ironically, it says that lupus may get worse in patients receiving medications like this. It says call your doctor if you have joint pain, skin rash, your cheeks or your arms get worse when exposed to sun, blah, blah, blah. Some of the more rare side effects are back, legs, stomach pain, bleeding, crusting sores on the lips, blisters, bloody or cloudy urine. Oh, among this huge list, we see red eyes as a possible side effects. Red or irritated eyes, redness, tenderness, itching, burning, peeling of the skin, sore throat, sores, ulcers, white spots on the lips, the mouth, genitals, unusual bleeding or bruising, unusual tiredness or weakness. Check this out under less common symptoms, which granted it says less common, but it actually has ear congestion, dizziness, difficulty with breathing, diarrhea, loose stools, body aches or pain. We have gas, heartburn, loss of voice, muscle pain, runny or stuffy nose, sneezing, unusual drowsiness. So here we go. We got another list of symptoms, another list of things that could be causing all of these things. We have the tiredness, the runny nose, the coughing, etc., etc. It just goes on and on. This is so common, and yet, even here, many people have ignored it. Many people have ignored all of these meds while arguing about Benadryl. When, like I said, I think Benadryl might kind of be on the lower end of the spectrum when we're, considering all of these drugs that might be affecting them.
And how about with the kids? Ongoing medical issues. I know Celeste had
had some allergies to the nuts.
Tree nuts. Is that right?
Yeah, they had some other allergies to grass and all the other stuff. Bella had, she was little, she was allergic to eggs. And she couldn't have the milk, she had to have another milk. But because she put them all through, and Celeste also had a problem with her throat, because they had to put her, did a test on her throat when she was little, because she was having a hard time swallowing. But that went away.
Mm-hmm.
Boy, that went away.
That was Celeste, you said?
Yeah. Bella had, they had a little bit of allergy type things, but nothing that. Celeste was the main one right now.
Yeah.
Because of the nuts. So
did Bella's allergy go away?
Bella's allergy, after because they never gave her eggs anyway, so
okay.
She couldn't have like cakes or nothing, because even if it was cooked, her throat would get a little bit clogged up. I mean, mine does that too, but it's Shannon was no. So Bella was pretty much, there was really nothing that I can recall that she couldn't eat. But Celeste was really the one we were worried about. Ooh, excuse me. So
did Bella's allergy go away?
Bella's allergy, after because they never gave her eggs anyway, so
How about that egg allergy? It was like the magical disappearing allergy. So we have Shanann's dad mentioned that egg allergy, which apparently has gotten better, but to his description, he says it is because they never offered her eggs anyway. But you know, it poses the question why she never really kept Celeste away from Bella with these eggs, or you know, why she cooks so many eggs in the house. But then when Celeste is allergic to a tree nut, we get a bunch of videos about how she would love to make pistachio cookies, but you know, she can't even have them in the house. They can't have any Halloween candy because it's essentially all cross contaminated, according to her. Which, you know, at some point Bella had this same allergy kid identification due to this egg allergy, and I'm guessing that that is why they were not able to eat cake. So for Celeste, it's possibly the, you know, quote unquote cross contamination of nuts, and for Bella, I'm guessing it is the egg allergy. But she also apparently at some point drank a different type of milk. But in the Netflix documentary and the deleted baby reveal where the girls were there, they're both drinking the same brand chocolate milk, if you'll notice. So at some point, I guess the milk allergy magically went away with Bella as well. But as you can see, she definitely was not limited to not being around eggs at all. And then we can see at one point Shanann is actually sort of, in a sense, kind of planning Nutgate, because she's asking, you know, in a forum for these allergies, how often other people let their kids kind of around these foods that they're allergic to. So in the tree nut allergy support group, we have Shanann saying, my youngest is anaphylactic to tree nuts. When traveling and others are eating, let's say, a pesto dish, daughter is eating something safe. Do you mind? They can't touch or kiss her, but this is hard. What do? I'm trying not to be a pain. So this person responds, my eldest only eats nuts when she's away from the home for extended periods, never near her allergic sibling. And then Shanann says, thank you. And I mean, we go from this to her taking pictures of the razor blade, and, you know, we never got a picture of the ice cream, I guess, unless it was more successfully deleted than the razor blade pics. But it's like, Jesus, it all went left somewhere, because check these guys out here. I mean, nice lovey-dovey to one another. Addie Maloney challenged me to a daily gratitudeisms until December 1st. Today I'm grateful for my in-laws. It was a rough start 6 years ago, but today we're closer than ever. I'm blessed to have supportive, motivating, and encouraging in-laws. They are amazing grandparents and amazing second parents for me. The cozy end of the year didn't stop there. They were apparently both feeling the love at the end of this year, because Cindy Watts writes, I love feeling this great. Down 12 pounds, I feel healthier and happier. I have confidence and I love it. Hashtag some company has helped me with so much more than energy, and I get it for free. And she's obviously tagged her daughter-in-law here. What a turnaround. It's actually quite sad, you guys. Like, that's freaking sad. And it's like, you want to feel like with like one good mitigator, you know, that these two could have done something. But I mean, at the same time, when we're really thinking about the true scope of what Cindy Watts was dealing with, I mean, it was going to be a rough road. I mean, it was going to be a rough road for whoever was to step in and try and save these girls. So we see that the eye surgery was actually blamed on Chris's side, I guess, because she says Bella had it too, and Chris had it whenever he was little, or some relative says that Chris had clogged ducts when he was little. Super sad and weird point that I want to make about the Dieter picture is that I don't think that this is Bella, and we'll go over that more in the doll episode. However, we don't see the hands that are actually holding this thermometer, and I think that that is for a reason. I think it's similar to the reason that we don't see a face in the broken ankle picture, fraction ankle picture that Chris references that was in the Discovery. She sent a faceless picture. Then we see the girls running to meet him at the airport. We see them jumping at some amusement park. She obviously did not have dislocated. That's what he said, a dislocated ankle. So I don't actually think that this picture was about Bella, but I do think that it denotes some of the same weird sexual abuse that may be happening in the home. Sorry for stating the obvious on you guys. I mean, and you know, Shanann never specified that they did this every night or nightly. I guess people infer that because she wrote that the doctor was ordering her to take Bella's temperature every day for 6 weeks. And then we see, obviously, the 2 posts where to Bella that means anally she'll have her temperature taken. So obviously that's pretty nefarious. However, it is circumstantial as far as people saying that it happened to her every day for 6 weeks. I really hope that's not true. But plenty of the horrible things with this case have been true, right? So you just never can tell. But here's the thing, right? Obviously, we don't believe that Bella was actually doing this just for play, and mom casually walks into the room and then here's mom saying, oh, I casually walked into this and took a picture from behind. Yeah, okay, no one believes that, right? I mean, it's really sad, you guys. These guys were disturbed. Like, it's mind-boggling at times that all of this happened over social media. This coupled with a mom who stops mid-text to her friend and sends her a picture of Cece's like bikini wedgie and says booty. I mean, it's so abnormal. I can't imagine someone in my list that I call friends thinking something like that was normal. I don't even get it. If people want to say that that's, you know, mean to Shanann, then okay, I guess it just has to be mean to Shanann then because, you know, you have your weird logic or whatever, but in actuality, it's not even about Shanann and the girls anymore. Unfortunately, they're gone, but it is about their possible legacy. It is about recognizing that it happened. If not only did people not recognize it, but they fail to see what to more than a small group of people is just blatantly obvious signs of child abuse in the Watts home, then we have a bigger picture to adjust. Our, you know, entire society's living room picture is crooked, you know, something's not right. And fuck it, you know, if they're not right and, you know, you guys who say that we're all Shanann haters are right, then okay. If this is normal behavior, then let's all agree to change it because it's disturbing and it's dangerous behavior. And if we don't adjust something about that vision and about what that means for society, then it's prophetic. I've actually seen quite a few write-ups calling the Chris Watts annihilation a new type of annihilation that happened without prior warning of domestic abuse in the home. That's a stone cold lie. Not true, untrue. This was prophetic then, and it's going to continue to be until there can at least be a medium line drawn somewhere in the sand, you know, like, okay, let's meet in the middle. Can we all agree that these beautiful little girls deserved better? Not only than what they got in the end, but pacify some type of social order where no one felt like it was their business to say something about this. You know, they say this stuff doesn't happen in the suburbs, but it happens all over the suburbs, just like any hood you've ever seen. But this is what we get right after this long line of pictures and this long setup for these triple homicides that we are discussing right now. We have all of these people claiming to be their friends, claiming that they saw nothing. This came out of nowhere. That's why people say there's no crime in the suburbs, okay? You may not see homelessness on the streets or on their Facebook page, but it's right around the corner, right? You may not see addiction on the street corner, but it's right there on Facebook Live, putting on her makeup.
The doctors in Children's Hospital treated Olivia from 2012 to 2017, saw her for over 1,000 admissions, performed over 25 unnecessary procedures on a healthy child. The records will show you that Olivia was able to eat, that Olivia was a healthy, normal child, that Olivia was not sick, that Olivia's mother's complaints were unfounded.
One example they highlight is with Olivia's mother giving her Keppra, a drug doctors say is used to treat seizures. I know a neurologist ordered Olivia's mother to stop giving her anti-seizure medication because there was no evidence that Olivia was suffering from seizures. So how was her mother still able to get a hold of that medication and administer it to Olivia?
That needs to be investigated.
According to the arrest affidavit, the same doctor who ordered Turner to stop the seizure medication 3 separate times told investigators when interviewed after Olivia's death that Olivia was not a terminal patient. Investigators with the Douglas County Sheriff's Office also conducted multiple other interviews with medical staff after Olivia died. One of those interviews involved an occupational therapist who specialized in feeding and eating. She treated Olivia and claims the girl graduated to age-appropriate foods, had no problem swallowing or tolerating foods. The doctor completed therapies with Olivia without any problems. Investigators also spoke with 2 pediatric gastrointestinal doctors, a pediatric gastrointestinal and liver specialist, and director of gastroenterology. All said Olivia was not a terminal patient. Attorney Holland Hoskins says the red flags started years before Olivia died. In 2015, she says Olivia was sent to Boston's Children's Hospital for a second opinion with another doctor after she had multiple tubes and an ileostomy bag installed.
His recommendation was to reverse the ileostomy, get her off the narcotics, and that Olivia could live a long, normal life. That report from Boston Children's Hospital was sent to Children's Hospital.
Treatments for Olivia continued. 2 years later, another issue was documented, this time inside Children's Hospital, Colorado.
In March of 2017, they caught Olivia's mother red-handed in discarding the ileostomy bag. Once they caught her doing that, they set up a one-on-one sitter to be in the room with Olivia around the clock with her mother. During that time period, her condition improved once the one-on-one sitter was there.
Shortly after that occurred, Hoskins says Olivia's mom requested a do not resuscitate order for Olivia. Dr. Thomas Walker, a pediatric gastroenterologist, told investigators that all of Olivia's symptoms and medical history came directly from Turner, and that Olivia did not exhibit the symptoms Turner had described most of the time. Dr. Walker found Olivia to be very active, social, and fun, and we later discovered he was one staff member who did report his concerns to the higher-ups at Children's Hospital.
Unfortunately, Children's Hospital's ethics team voted against Dr. Walker and voted in favor of the mother, and the care was transferred from Dr. Walker to another doctor who agreed to sign the do not attempt resuscitation order. Problem is, Dr. Walker failed to pick up the phone, make one call to the outside social services or law enforcement, And that call would have saved Olivia's life.
I didn't want it to get any worse than it already was.
Did you ever think about, well, you know, it could be very believable, what I told him, it could be very believable that Shanann did, you know, end the girls. So maybe if I tried to convince people that, maybe if I fought with my attorneys on that, maybe I could lessen it somehow. Did you ever think about that?